All right, we're going to talk about the insect glaive. It's going to be kind of hard to go over a lot of the stuff with the insect glaive because in this tutorial we can only use the barrel, and the barrel is only going to give the red buff, but I'll explain the buffs nonetheless and how they work. So the insect glaive is it's an awesome weapon, has a lot of maneuverability to it. You can easily mount monsters with it. It's a fantastic weapon. It's actually one of my favorites that I played in a previous Monster Hunter game. But it's a little bit complicated to use at first, and you definitely have to keep watching your buffs and maintain your different buffs. So the insect glaive comes with a giant glaive that you can see right here on my back. There's two ways to ready this weapon. The first way is hitting triangle, and it pulls the weapon out and you're ready to go. The second way is to hit R2. I'm going to aim it this way because I want to do this for a reason, but and this hitting R2 will send out your beetle or your insect will go out in the direction that you're aiming, and then you can call it back if you want to, but that's basically what that does, is it sends it out to go and collect or extract an essence from the monster. We will go over what that means in a second. Once you have your weapon out, though, you have a couple basic combos that you can do. There's not a lot of combos in this until you build up and get several of the different extractions from monsters. But a basic combo is hitting triangle 3 times, and then you can hit circle for an overhead smash. That can then go right back into the triangle. So you can basically triangle, 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 circle, and then right back into triangle, triangle, triangle. That's going to be your basic combo that you're going to be using most of the time. During that combo, however, if like you're going like this, you can hit, what is it, R? I got to remember what the buttons is. Yes, that right there. You could do the vault. So R2 and X put you into a vault. This is one of the best things that you could possibly do with this particular weapon, is it allows you to easily get into the air and mount monsters. So holding down R2 and then hitting X will pop you up in the air. From here, you can do a couple of different things. One is you can attack. So you can bounce. You can attack straight ahead of you with the triangle key. So that would just do an attack straight ahead. You can bounce and then hit circle to kind of do a slash as you're going downwards. And then finally, you can dodge in midair, which is going to be that right there. You can also chain those together, but you have to do the midair dodge first. So let's say the monster is pretty far away from you. Let's say it's all the way over where the barrel is. You can go boom, dodge, and then, whoops, I hit the wrong button because I'm a dum-dum. So you can go like this, go boom, dodge, and then attack. And you can see how you can close that distance to the barrel and then also hit the enemy once you get there. Very, very nice for closing that gap and being able to chase down running enemies. That's pretty much all there is to the actual combos and how to do this. The only other thing you can do, is, at least in this tutorial, is you can extract the red essence. To extract different essences, there's a couple ways to do that, and you're going to be using your insect to do so. So there's the red essence, which is going to give you an increased attack speed, attack power, those kinds of things. The yellow essence, actually, we can just go over here and I will show you exactly what they are, just so we don't get them incorrect. Essence extract. So red allows you to charge with circle. White increases your movement speed and jump height. The orange grants flinch free, which basically makes it so monsters can't flinch you. Red and white together increases your attack. White and orange together increases your defense. And then red, white, and orange all together alter certain attacks and increases attacks further. So that's why we were not going to be able to go over all of the different combinations and ways that you can attack with this, because we can't get the red, white, and orange attacks in this little tutorial area. We can only get the red. So I'm going to show you how to extract things, but once you get into the game, you'll be able to do those other things. And they actually made it a lot easier to extract all three. It used to be that you had to target specific points, and you still do, but now you can actually send your insect through all of them, and we'll explain that in just a minute. Okay, so how do you get extracts? So you can do that a couple different ways. So we're going to pull out our weapon here. You basically are going to aim with your weapon. This is one way to do it. You can aim with your weapon, and then you can hit, I believe, wait, no, it's hit R2, and there you go. You can aim, and you can hold down R2. You can aim if you want to, or you can not aim. It doesn't matter, but holding down R2 puts that little reticle up there for you. And then if you hit L2 at the same time, oh my gosh, I'll pull that back out. If you hit R2 and then L2 at the same time, you can literally focus where you want it to go using the right joystick. So it's very, very handy for that. So then up at the top, it says extract, harvest, extract. So you just tap triangle and it'll send your insect glaive in that direction. So if you tap triangle, you can see that it sends it in that direction. Kind of slow, and it goes out and it will extract it. You can recall it with circle. And it'll come right back to you. Notice that, and you probably didn't notice this, but if you look right up at the very top underneath the sharpen gauge, you can see like a little, what looks like a little insect. Then there's this yellow kind of semicircle kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's this yellow bar that goes from top to bottom. And then you have 3 different things after that are numbered 1, 2, and 3, little diamond shapes. So the first diamond shape is going to be red. The second diamond shape, I believe, is the white or orange. And then the other one is the other color. So I think it's red, white, and orange, but it could be red, orange, and white. I don't really remember. And it could change in this game from previous games. So I'm not 100% sure. But that's where you're going to see your buffs. That yellow line that is a vertical kind of a yellow line is the stamina for your insect. So your insect cannot stay out indefinitely. So you can see if I send my insect out, we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. You can see that yellow line will slowly start to deplete. And then when he comes back and he's on my arm, that yellow line will fill back up. He can stay out for a decent amount of time. He, she, whatever, can stay out for a decent amount of time, but it doesn't stay out indefinitely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show how that works on the barrel. This barrel is considered to be a red only. So usually, this isn't 100% always, so don't take my word exactly. But usually, if you put the insect on the head of a monster, it's going to give you a red buff. The body of a monster, I believe, is the white buff, I think. And then the tail of the monster or somewhere behind the monster is usually the orange buff. But there's different locations on the monster that'll give you different buffs. In this case, we're only going to be able to get the red because this barrel is only considered to be the head of the monster or the red buff. You can see that when you're holding down the R, you can see that it has that red on there, so you can see what buff it is, which is really nice. If you go off of it, it changes. So you can see what it is that you're going to be targeting, and none of these other things are going to actually have anything, so we can't get any other buffs. But when you're hovering over a monster and you're looking at that, you can see what buff you're going to get based on where the insect is going to go. You then hit the triangle key. That will send your insect out, and it will then start to attack that location. You can see that it does a very, very little damage when it goes out there and attacks it. So it's not really going to be a make or break if you have your insect on the right location. When it comes back, however, it will give you that buff. So in this case, we're going to get that red buff, which, like it said in that tutorial area, the little guide or whatever, that you can now hold down circle to do descending slash. So if we hold down circle, you can see that this charges up our insect glaive 2 times. We can then release it, and it does descending slash. When you have both the red and the white and the orange buffs, it does additional types of things that you can do, and you can actually get into some really crazy types of attacks. The only one that they actually show in this, I believe, is I think it's this one right here. Yeah, powerful combo with 3 extracts. So you can see what you can build up to. It does this crazy attack with your insect flying around doing damage and your glaive flying around doing damage. This is where the insect glaive really shines, is it can do lots of little hits very, very fast, almost as quickly as dual blades can once you build it up properly and you use it properly. It can also go down the back of a monster and just kind of like spin down the back of a monster and do a lot of damage that way. And you're able to build up a lot of elemental damage and elemental abilities that you can get on your different weapons. All right, so that goes over that. Now, once you are in this mode right here, another thing that you can do, sorry, if you hold down R2, instead of just hitting tapping triangle, you can hold down triangle. Let me do this. Hold down triangle, and you can see how it makes my, like a little gem or whatever on the back of my staff glow. What that is going to do now is when I send out my my insect, it will go all the way through whatever I send it through. So if I send it out in this, see how it spins and it kind of goes all the way through it, and then it's going to come back towards me and give me anything that it extracted in that situation. So if it goes all the way through the monster, let's say it hits its head, it hits its body, and it hits its tail, it could get all 3 of those buffs and bring all 3 buffs back at one time. Notice that right above my head, again, see that beetle? It shows 2 different halves of the beetle. So you have the red and the white half of the beetle. But when we actually send the insect out, that opens up, showing that you could get all 3 of the different buffs. So you can get all 3. Now, if we just send it out without that, I believe, if I'm correct, see how it's only getting 1 buff, but it could potentially get 2. Let's say I go there, I get 1 buff, and then I move my reticle to a different location, and I can tell it to go, hey, get this buff, now come over here and get this buff, now go over there and get this buff. You can tell it to go in different directions, so you can make it fly around. And you can see that I have 2 red buffs currently on there. Then I can call it back by hitting the circle key, and once I get the 2 different buffs that I want, I pull that back. But what's really cool now is that you can actually hold down that triangle, send it all the way through the monster, get all 3 buffs. Once you have all 3, you hit circle, you hold R2 and hit circle, and it recalls him to you, giving you all the buffs instantly rather than having to target each individual location, which was always very, very annoying. So now, once you have the buffs, there's a couple things that you can do slightly differently. I can't show you all of them, but one of the things which I will be able to show you and you can use once you get into the game is the descending slash. You can now hold down circle for that descending slash ability. So you hold it down and it gives you that bonus damage right there, right? It's going to make it so that you could do this ability right here. If you just tap that ability, though, so we're going to get back to here, and you just tap it, it's just going to do the wide sweep, which is what you normally can do without that buff. If you hold it just for 1 tap, it's just going to do less damage. It's going to do basically the same thing, but less damage. But what you can do is you can hold down circle. Now we can actually run around with that buff up. We can dodge. The buff comes right back up. You do have to hold it down for a brief second because it does clear it out. But you can also attack with that. So I'm holding down circle, and now I'm going to hit my triangle key and do my combos. At any time in the middle of this combo, I can release circle and go right back into it. Then I can hold circle again while I'm doing more combos. So that's going to allow you to really get some crazy combos off. You're getting the combo and you're charging up those attacks all at the same time. I lost my buff. So that basically shows you how you can use that. The next thing I want to show you is how you can put, so like when we did this just a second ago, it just sent out to harvest the extract, right? It gets it, it attacks it one little time, and it comes back. It doesn't really do anything to the barrel. You can't see any visuals on that. But if you come up to the barrel and you hit R2, it'll put this smoke on the barrel. That smoke basically adds another element of damage that you can do. While it's damaged like that and you're hitting it, you can see that we're doing bonus damage. You're doing not just the 15 damage, but now we're doing the bonus like 5 damage here and there, like little explosion damage. So it adds a bit more damage to that, to your attacks, and your insect will constantly continue to attack that location over and over and over if that is there. If it's not there, your insect will just go out, stay for a second, and come back and give you whatever buff it harvested. Once your insect runs out of stamina, though, it will then stop attacking and it'll come back to you. Eventually, maybe it will stay out there forever. It used to not do that. Maybe, and there it goes. It's coming back to me because it ran out of stamina. So that's basically how that works. So there's a couple different like combos and things that you can do with that. You can basically just put that out. Oh, I hit the wrong button. You can put that out by doing this. You can then jump back and then hit triangle to jump back in. So you can kind of like put out your explosion, jump out of the way of it, and then jump back into it, do some damage, and then go into your combo, holding down your circle while you're doing your combo, and you can keep going, kind of indefinitely. You want to keep doing damage as much as possible and trying to charge up those different attacks. Anyway, that's basically all I can show you, unfortunately, for the Insect Glaive, how it works. In the actual game, once you get all of the buffs, try out all of those different things. Try holding down the buttons. Check out for other combos, because you will get other combos. Like, they won't go from the Reaping Slash to Double Slash, etc. It'll have a different combo completely. You can see, I think, 1 or 2 of those here. So this is a powerful combo with 3, is to hit forward and circle at the same time to do the Leaping Slash. So if you are running forward and you tap circle, it will do the Leaping Slash already, but you can't do the rest of that combo because you need to hold down circle to get Tornado Slash. Right now we don't have Tornado Slash because we only have Descending Slash. So if we hit circle, we jump forward, we do that, and then we're going to hold down that. We're just going to get the Descending Slash following that rather than the Tornado Slash. But that would give you the Tornado Slash, and then you release circle, it'll do the strong Descending Slash, which is part of what we just had, and then you can hit L2 and circle again to do Rising Spiral Slash, and that's what you see there with that crazy spinny thing that's going up. So that's basically the Insect Glaive. Hopefully that helps you out in getting started, and if it does, awesome. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!